Hey everybody, KC here. So the other day I did a FaceTime in which I applauded an Australian proposal that would ban all children under the age of 16 from using social media sites, including TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and X. I think it's a brilliant idea. I think that it won't solve issues like bullying and suicidal ideation and body shaming, but at least it acknowledges and begins to address them, I think, in a responsible way. And now Australia's done it again. The government there is considering amendments to the Online Safety Act that would, and I quote, require social media platforms to act to prevent online harms to users, such as bullying, predatory behavior, and algorithms pushing destructive content, the Associated Press reports. Now, the Digital Duty of Care amendment will place the onus on the digital platforms to proactively keep Australians safe and better prevent online harms, according to Communications Minister Michelle Rowland. Now, according to the story, what this means is that digital businesses are going to be required to take reasonable steps to prevent foreseeable harms on their platforms and services. And the duty of care framework that they're describing basically would be underpinned by constant risk assessment. They'd have to continually evaluate their sites, mitigate the problems, and they would be informed of what they call safety by design principles. They can't just set it and forget it, the story says. They have to continually identify and mitigate potential risks. Because, let's face it, even as you eliminate one risk, new risks crop up, they evolve, and sometimes they can be really, really destructive. Now, listen, as far as I'm concerned, social media platforms in general have been getting away with murder for way too long. In search of the almighty buck, they'll allow the posting of anything, no matter who or what it hurts. And I think that basically the law has managed to kind of keep them insulated from any kind of legal repercussions. I think Australian lawmakers are to be lauded, really lauded, for being willing to come right at this issue. Now, let's be clear, who knows if these amendments will even be passed? I'm not exactly sure how lobbying works in Australia, but I'm pretty sure that a lot of money is going to be spent, as much as is legally possible, and probably then some, to try and fight these new rules and get them defeated. This is the reason I suspect these rules would never even get considered in America and certainly would never be passed, because lobbyists and the deep-pocketed tech oligarchs behind them would make sure of it. Listen, because in the end for them, things like bullying and predatory behavior and algorithms pushing destructive content are not nearly as important as margins, profits, and power. Now, you may say to yourself, Kevin, why are you even talking about this? It has nothing to do with retail. Well, in some ways, I think it does. Because let's face it, every retailer, every manufacturer, everybody has a digital presence. Digital is the field on which we all play. And therefore, I think we have a responsibility to keep the field clean and the people who are playing on it as safe as we possibly can, especially, quite frankly, if there are children. Anyway, that's what's on my mind this morning. And as always, I want to hear what's on your mind.